Welcome to this week's Gout Gourmet. Today, we are diving deep into one single, really powerful strategy for getting a handle on uric acid, the celery juice protocol. We're going to cover the science behind it, the exact recipe, and, most importantly, how you can actually make this a simple part of your daily routine.
And you know, that message from Eric, it just hits home, doesn't it? If you're living with gout or you're caring for someone who is, you know the daily reality. It's the pain, sure, but it's also the mobility challenges and that constant nagging anxiety about when the next flare-up might hit. It's a tough road for sure, and we're here to explore every single tool we can find to help make that journey a little bit smoother.
So, let's just get right into it. Our focus today is super specific. We are looking at how a strategic daily celery juice protocol can be a serious weapon in your fight against high uric acid. And I really want to stress that word, strategic. This isn't just about, randomly drinking a green juice. This is a targeted method.
Which of course brings us to the big question. I know what you might be thinking. Can something this simple, this basic, really make a difference? And look, I get the skepticism. But according to the research, when you do it the right way, the answer is a big, loud yes.
And this isn't just some wellness hype or a passing fad. We're talking about a strategy that's actually backed by some pretty compelling research. So let's take a look at the numbers from a really rigorous 6-month trial that was done at UCLA.
So first up, the people in the study saw an average drop of 12% in their serum urate levels. Now that's a really significant drop, especially considering they made no other changes to their medication.
But what does that actually mean for your day-to-day life? Well, in real-world terms, it translated to 28% fewer gout flares. Just think about that. That means more pain-free days, more mobility, and just a better quality of life.
But here's the number that really blew me away. For those who are consistent, drinking it every single day, the potential reduction in how often they had a flare-up shot up to 35%. That's not just an improvement, that is an absolute game changer.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's the magic here? Well, it turns out it's not just about the celery itself. The real secret is in how you prepare it and when you drink it. The science shows that the form and the timing can seriously amplify its effects.
And this brings us to a huge debate. Should you juice it or just eat the whole stalks? Well, researchers in Madrid actually looked into this, and what they found was fascinating. For this specific purpose, fighting uric acid, juicing the celery concentrates all the good stuff way more effectively than just munching on it whole. So what exactly is getting concentrated? We're talking about these really powerful diuretic phytochemicals. You've got apigenin, luteolin, and a bunch of other flavonoids. When you juice it, their concentration can be 2 to even 3 times higher, and that's what gives your kidneys that potent boost.
So let's break down how this all works together. There are basically 3 key things happening. First, you get this electrolyte surge from potassium and magnesium, which helps your kidneys flush out uric acid. Second, the juice has an alkalizing effect, which makes it harder for those nasty uric acid crystals to form in the first place. And third, it gives you some great anti-inflammatory support, which can help lessen the severity of a flare if one does happen.
All right, so now that we get the why, let's switch gears to the how. This is the part you can actually use tomorrow morning. We're talking about the specific Gout Gourmet protocol for making your own daily power elixir.
And the ingredients? They're beautiful and simple. You're going to need 6 large celery stalks, and make sure they're cold, chilled right from the fridge. Half a cucumber, also chilled. About a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley, that's for an extra flavonoid boost. The juice of half a lemon for its alkalizing power. And finally, 1 cup of cold water to help preserve the enzymes and get the consistency just right.
The method itself is a super simple 4-step process. We've designed it to squeeze out every last bit of benefit, from how you prep the ingredients to the best time to drink the juice, and even what to do right after.
And what's really cool is that there's a clear scientific reason for every single step. Chilling the veggies? That keeps the phytonutrients intact. Blending it quickly? That makes sure your body can absorb all the good stuff. The timing? That's all about working with your body's natural clock. And the water afterwards? That keeps the flushing action going. You see, every little step has a purpose.
Let's really zero in on that timing element, because honestly, this part is crucial. The protocol specifically says to drink this between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. And no, that's not just a random time window. It's about syncing up perfectly with your body's internal clock.
The reason for that specific window is something called circadian renal peaks. Now, that sounds super sciencey, I know, but the idea is actually simple. Your kidneys have a natural peak performance window every morning for filtering and clearing out waste products, and that includes uric acid. So this protocol is all about giving your kidneys the tools they need right when they're at their most efficient. It's like giving your cleanup crew a power washer right at the start of their shift.
Now, once you've finished the juice, you're not quite done yet. This next step is absolutely critical. You need to follow it up with about 16 to 24 ounces of plain water over the next hour. This is what keeps that high urinary flow rate going, helping your now supercharged kidneys to effectively dilute and flush out all that excess uric acid. Don't skip this part.
We also know that when a flare hits, even the simplest tasks can feel monumental. To make prep easier, think about setting up a little blending station where you can sit down. And for all you amazing caregivers out there, a huge time saver is to batch prep the chopped ingredients into mason jars. That way, the morning routine is just grab, blend, and go. Quick and seamless.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's just bring it all back together. What we've talked about today is so much more than just a recipe. It's really about taking an active and informed step on your own personal path to relief.
I just have to say, I love this quote because it is so relatable, right? If you've tried a bunch of different diets and remedies, you know that exact feeling of cautious optimism, of wondering, is this finally the thing that's going to make a difference? It's a journey, and we're all on it together.
And that's really the crucial point here. We are not talking about a magic bullet or some miracle cure. What we're talking about is an empowering, consistent, daily action. A simple ritual that, based on the science, can become a truly powerful step towards managing your condition and, hopefully, living a much more pain-free life.
So that's the thought I really want to leave you with. This isn't about restriction. It's about addition. It's about taking positive control wherever you can. So what if this one simple, refreshing sip each morning is one more tool in your toolbox? One more thing that helps you finally take back control from gout? It's definitely something worth exploring.